Hi there, Miss Audrey here, and today we are going to do a short flow to get us ready for bed. This is our good night yoga flow. So find a comfortable spot in your home. You will need a place with a wall or a doorway that you can use, and get yourself cozy in some pajamas and come join me on your mat. So come on and join me on your bottoms with crisscross legs. Sit yourself up nice and tall. We're going to take a big breath in and a big breath out to help us get connected. Do that again. Big breath in and a big breath out. Now, since this is a good night yoga flow, we're going to start by making the moon up above our heads. So take your arms, bring them up above your head, make that moon, and you can even move it side to side up above your head. Keep on breathing and keep that moon lifted nice and high. Good job, nice and slow. Our good night yoga flow is going to get our bodies moving, but it's going to also help us to slow down so we're ready to rest. So move slowly side to side, and then come back up with that moon raised up right above your head. Look up and give yourself a little stretch. Look up at that moon and smile. Good. Then take a big breath. And bring your arms back down by your sides. Now this time we're going to make our moon very big up above our heads, like a nice big full moon. And then we're going to take a breath in. And we're going to make a half moon. So put one hand down and reach the other right over your head. It sort of makes like a half moon or a crescent moon. So stretch that moon right above you. Gorgeous. And then bring your other arm back up to meet it with a breath in. Full moon. And then put your other hand down. Breathe out. And make that half moon or that crescent moon right over to the side. Take a big breath in. Bring your arms back up to the full moon. And with a big breath out, let them rest. Good. All right, we're going to get our bodies really stretched out, and we're going to start in one of my favorite poses, butterflies. We're going to take our feet, bring them together so that the bottoms of your feet are touching. Your knees come out to the side. You can hold onto your feet. Sit yourself up nice and tall. And since this is a nighttime class, we're going to make our butterflies fly, but we're going to let them fly very slowly and mindfully. So when we do something mindfully, that means we are really paying attention to what we are doing, how our body is moving, and what it feels like. So really notice, pay attention to how your body feels as your butterfly flies slow. And then see if you can make it go even slower. How slow can you go? Good. Big breath in. Bring those knees together. Maybe even squeeze them tight. Tuck your head down. And then a big breath out. Open up those butterfly wings. This time, we're going to reach our heads really tall, like our butterflies growing. And then we're going to bring our heads right down by our feet for a sleeping butterfly. So you can hang on to your feet here, or just bring your hands to the floor. Let your head come down and relax. Doesn't matter if it touches your toes. Just let your head relax. Let your body relax. And just breathe. Again, we're going to be mindful here. Just notice. How do you feel in this pose? Just notice what your body feels like, what your brain feels like, and just breathe. We're going to do that a couple more times, some big breaths, breathing in and out. And again, breathe in and out. Now very slowly, we're going to wake up our butterflies. Lift your heads up tall, and we're going to stretch our butterflies all the way out. Get those wings open. Stretch everything open. Good. And then we're going to reach back down to those stretched out wings, just like that. Now again, if you can touch your toes, that's great, but you don't have to. You can put your hands right here. You can rest them right in front of you, whatever feels good to you. But we're going to give our bodies a nice big stretch here. So we're just going to reach, 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 and then relax in the pose with your breath in and out. Again, just noticing how we feel in each of these poses. That feels so nice. Take another 2 breaths in and out. And another in and out. And bring those arms right back up where we started. Stretch them really, really big. And then bring your feet all the way back to how we started in our crisscross. Very good. Now breathe here and let it out. From here, we are going to come onto our hands and knees. So just take those hands, rock on forward so you're on your hands and knees, just like this. We're going to do just a few cat and cow poses. So when we do our cows, we look up at the ceiling, just like that, pushing your hands and your knees into the floor. When we do a cat, we keep our hands and knees where they are, and we round our backs and just look at our tummies, just like that. And then we're going to do that again. Look up for those cows, really stretch it out, maybe even give a nice, long, quiet moo. Then look at your belly, really push your hands into the floor, look at that belly. And you can give a nice, long, quiet meow. One more time. Look up. And then look at your bellies. Good. Now, we're going to try to take just one knee, and we're going to bring it right up to where our hands are. The other knee is staying back behind us, and I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I just did. My hands and knees are on the floor. One knee is just going to move up to my hands, just like that. Now my other leg is going to slide back. Okay? So I'm going to turn back this way. On my hands and knees, that knee comes up to my hands, and then my other foot slides back. Beautiful. So you have a bent knee in front, a long straight leg in back, and you're going to sit up nice and tall here, stretching up like you're looking up at the stars and the moon up above. This is called pigeon pose, like the bird that you might see outside. Now in pigeon pose, we can stay nice and tall, like a pigeon up here, or we can put our pigeons to sleep. So for today, let's try putting our pigeons to sleep. So we're gonna look up at the stars, and then you're gonna put your hands on the floor right in front of you and lay your head right down to the mat. And just breathe here. Again, be mindful of how you feel in this pose. Notice, how does your body feel? How does your mind feel? And then just breathe. Do 2 more breaths. And last one. And we're going to push our heads back up to look at the sky, and then bring us back onto our hands and knees. All right, so we're back where we started. Now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So again, I'm just going to turn so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to take my other knee now, and I'm going to just slide it up to where my hands are. And then my other leg just slides back. That's all you have to do. So let's try that. So take your other leg now, and you're going to slide that knee up to where your hands are. And then slide that other foot way back with the straight leg. Push your hands into the floor and look up like you're looking at the stars and the moon above. Take a breath here. And then we're going to take this pigeon and we're going to try to put this one to sleep too. So just put your hands right down in front of you, and then you can slowly rest your head right down to the floor. Breathe here. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your mind feels. And then just breathe. 2 more breaths here. Last one. And then push your hands into the floor. Lift that head. Look back up at the stars and the moon. And then you're going to just come over onto your bottom, swing that back leg around, and you are back in crisscross. Isn't that great? All right. Now, I told you at the beginning of class that you were going to need a wall or a door behind you or near you for this class. Now's the time that you need that. So we've been moving our body, stretching things out, and now it's time to finish up with a really lovely pose where we get to put our legs up the wall, okay? So here's how we do that. You're gonna wanna scoot so that you are close to your wall, wherever it is, okay? And then you're gonna turn yourself around all the way so you're looking right at your wall. You want to scoot your bottom as close as you can to your wall, and then you can lay down. Now, my bottom has moved away from the wall, so what I'm going to do is just scooch myself forward a little, get my feet on the wall, and slowly slide my feet right up the wall. Now, if I, like I am right now, have a lot of space between my legs and the wall, I can just do this little move, just like that, like kind of walking your bottom towards the wall and get them even closer. Now my feet are up the wall, my head is down, my arms come down next to me. So if you just watched me do that, Now you can take a moment to find your wall or your doorway and put your legs up the wall and bring your arms right down by your side and just let yourself sort of feel like you're just melting away here into the floor. The floor is holding you up. You have nowhere to go. You just get to be right here. Now, if you want to have your eyes open for a moment here, you can look up wherever you are and imagine that you are looking up at the stars and the moon outside. So just take a moment to imagine wherever you are that it's covered in sparkling, beautiful, glittering stars. And the moon is shining. It's a beautiful night. It's calm and it's peaceful. And take a moment to pick out a star out of all of the ones you see. And look at that star and make a wish. The wish can be anything you'd like. Anything that makes you feel really good. So make a wish. You can hold on to that wish in your mind, in your heart. You can even whisper it out loud if you want to. And then after you've made your wish, just close your eyes for a moment. Give yourself a big breath. And just be still. Just be calm. Just be quiet. Now, if you want to let your legs come down off the wall at any time, you can do that. You can bring your legs down nice and slowly. You can curl onto a side if you'd like to. Just give yourself a moment to just feel and notice how you feel. Notice what your body feels like. Notice what your mind feels like after doing our good night yoga. Now we're going to slowly get ourselves pushed back up to a seated position. Really take your time. There is no rushing in our good night yoga class. We're going to take it all nice and slow. And if you want to stay laying down, then you just stay laying right where you are. I'd like to finish class by giving some big hugs. So reach your arms open with me and then give yourself a nice big squeeze. May you be safe and loved. And then one more big squeeze. May you know all is well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that helps you get a good night's rest, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, little yogis. Thank you so much for joining me on this good night yoga flow. I feel so good right now, and I hope you do too. Thanks for joining me. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing.